Hello, beloved community. Welcome to Light of Love Fellowship. Light of Love Fellowship is a community of seekers, truth tellers, and love practitioners committed to awakening the sacred within ourselves and our world. Rooted in ancient wisdom and present day justice, we gather to remember what systems of fear try to make us forget that we belong to one another. We practice the spirituality of collective belonging, where love is not private, hope is participatory, and liberation is a shared unfolding. As we gather at the threshold of a new year, I want to begin by saying this clearly. You did not arrive here by accident. Some of us come into this new year exhausted. Some arrive hopeful but cautious. Some are grieving what did not survive last year: relationships, safety, innocence, certainty. And some of us are standing here surprised we made it at all. Whatever you're carrying, you are welcome here. This is not a space that demands optimism. It's a space that practices courage. It's not a place that pretends the world is fine. It's a place that believes love still matters when it's not easy. We begin this year not by rushing forward, but by grounding ourselves in what is true. So take a breath with me. We are still here, and that's what matters. We absolutely want to thank you for joining us today. You can support Light of Love Fellowship by giving to us to support our work. Your amount that you give is not important, but you can become a voting member by donating more than $500 in the annual year. And you can also donate to our mutual aid or community care fund. Virtual services like this happen as frequently as we're able to launch them, and we are looking for small group hosts. If you're in the Madison, Wisconsin area, we're looking for people in person who would be able to host a small group. If you're not in the Madison, Wisconsin area, we'd love to have you host a virtual or in person wherever you are. We'll just invite you to give us a little, allow us to give you a little training and support during the process. Weekly, we are doing a Mystic's Guide to the Way of the Christ, which is a devotional podcast series. You can find it on our YouTube. Just click on YouTube and then search for Light of Love Fellowship. And finally, if you're someone who is in need of prayer, we would love to hold you in the light. Send us your email, prayer@lightoflovefellowship.com. Anything you send us will be private and held in strictest confidence. If you have a candle nearby, we invite you now to light it. If not, you may imagine one or place your hand over your heart. As this flame is lit, we acknowledge that we are standing at the threshold. Behind us, a year shaped by war, displacement, political cruelty, environmental grief, and deep fatigue. Before us, a future that is not written yet. We light this candle not to deny darkness, but to declare that darkness does not get the final word. This flame represents possibility, the future we're daring to imagine together. May this light remind us new beginnings do not erase the past, they transform how we carry it. Now I invite you into a brief meditation. Settle your body, Feel the ground beneath you. Feel the chair or seat or bed that you're sitting on, or the ground beneath your feet. Notice the breath moving through you. Close your eyes or soften your gaze and take a slow breath in. And release it. Again, inhale. And exhale. Now imagine that the future is not something that's rushing toward you. Imagine it's something quietly forming within you. And ask yourself gently, what kind of world am I longing for? Don't answer with policies or slogans. Listen for sensations, longings. A world where people are safe. A world where dignity is not conditional. A world where care is not rationed. Let this vision arise within you without judgment. Take one more deep breath. And when you're ready, return. Beloveds, the new year arrives whether we're ready for it or not. Calendars turn, headlines continue. The world doesn't pause for our healing. And yet, new beginnings are not about dates. They're about orientation. The Gospel of Thomas opens with these words: "Whoever discovers the interpretation of these sayings will not taste death." This isn't a promise of everlasting life. This isn't a promise of immortality or escape. It's an invitation to see differently, to awaken to what's already within us. Right now, many of us are standing in the tension between what is and what could be. We see suffering amplified by systems that profit from fear. We see power hoarded instead of shared. We see whole communities treated as if they're disposable. The Gnostic tradition doesn't tell us to look away from this. It tells us to look deeper. In the Gospel of Mary Magdalene, we hear, "Where the mind is, there the treasure is." At the beginning of this year, the question before us is not what will happen. It's where will we place our attention? Because what we attend to, we strengthen. What we believe is possible, we begin to build. A new beginning is not a reset. It's a decision to refuse despair as spiritual posture, a decision to remain connected when fragmentation is rewarded, a decision to imagine a future rooted not in domination, but in care. Jesus in the Gnostic imagination does not offer rescue from afar. He offers remembrance. The kingdom is inside of you and it is also outside of you, it says in the Gospel of Thomas. This is not about waiting for heaven. It's about embodiment. The future we long for will not arrive fully formed. It will emerge through choices, small, repeated, courageous choices. Choosing people over profit, choosing truth over convenience, choosing solidarity over silence. In the Sophia of Jesus Christ, the divine is described as shadowless light, a presence that withholds nothing, hides nothing, excludes no one. That matters right now, because so much of what we are witnessing in the world is an attempt to create shadows, to obscure harm, to normalize cruelty, to convince us that empathy is weakness. Sacred collectivism calls us back into the light. It reminds us that the future is not something we wait for, it's something we practice. Every time we show up for one another, every time we refuse to let fear decide who deserves dignity, every time we act as though love is a public good. The Gospel of Thomas again says, if you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you. If you do not bring forth what is within you, what you do not bring forth will destroy you. This is not about moral failure. It's about withholding your humanity. The world does not see us to be louder or need us to be louder. It needs us to be truer. This year does not need perfection. It needs presence. We're not here to predict the future. We're here to become it, to live as though love is wiser than fear. Thanks for bearing with me. To organize our lives around care. To remember that liberation has always been a collective project, and that remembering, that sacred remembering, is itself a new beginning. I invite you to sit with one of these questions or all of them silently or in the chat. What kind of future am I willing to help build? Where is love asking me to be braver this year? What would it mean to live as though another world is possible? Let these questions walk with you this week. As we move toward closing, I want to offer gratitude once more. If Light of Love Fellowship helps you begin this year with clarity, courage, or connection, thank you for being part of sustaining this space. Your generosity, financial or otherwise, allows this community to remain accessible, justice-centered, and alive. Give if you're able. Receive if you need to. Both are sacred. Beloved community, may this new year may this new year meet you with unexpected grace. May your vision grow stronger than your fear. May you remember that even in uncertain times, love is still a force that organizes, protects, and transforms. Go gently into this beginning. Stay awake to one another. Live as though the future depends on love, because it does. For this is the way of love becoming real. May you be blessed.